The opinions made in this video do not necessarily coincide with that of Imaginary Goddess, or anyone else for that matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey guys, this is Ben Wheeler, the Mercenary King here with a State of Play. Here we have the vast wealth. Now, this is just sort of the stuff I picked up for the new releases. The trial decks and the for both Gold Paladins and Link Joker. I'm not interested in Royal Paladins. I'm not going to be playing Sing Saber. And most of the stuff in the trial deck I can buy one or two later when I decide it's time to upgrade. But that's not going to be for a while. I like Sanctuary of Light just fine, actually. It's weird, because I didn't like it for the longest time, then I made a good one. And now I'm enjoying it. But yeah, let's talk about these real quick. I'm going to upgrade my Link Joker deck from Freeze Ray Dragon. Freeze Ray Dragon's fun. It's hilarious to take a damage and then lock something. But at the same time, it's not really competitive. And I'm looking to make something a lot more stronger. Here we have Garnet Star Dragon. It's a trial deck. Rare card. It is Legion 2000 with Companion Star Vader Photon, who is, if your when this unit is placed on rearguard circle, if you have a Star Vader Vanguard and your opponent has a locked card, lock another rearguard. It's a fantastic card. You'll be seeing how I combo it up within the deck later on. When this unit is Legions, choose a rearguard and a Vanguard. Choose a rearguard in the front and back row and lock them. And once the unit attacks, plus 2k. So in other words, it has a chance to lock 2 units, and if you Photon, that's 3. As well as the fact with the cards I'm going to be adding to it, it's going to be a pretty fantastic build. So there's that. There's 4 of the Counterblast 1 plus 3Ks, which are okay on attack, by the way. Which are okay, but at the same time, they're a bit out of date. This guy's where it's at. Then we have 2 of the generic Legions, Berkelium, which, oh, by the way, this one was Graviton, which is, which is sort of like this artillery piece, and he combines with the new 10K for it, who is a Star Vader, interestingly enough. Here's the thing about Star Vaders. They're Link Joker. I'll say in my trial deck for Deleter in a bit that certain the 8K and the 10K there. It's the first 8K. That is the first one, but here's the thing about 10Ks. Star Vader is Link Joker. They could call Link Joker Star Vader, and nothing would change. Very little, indeed, would change. Yeah. So we got Photon, who I mentioned earlier. 12k attacker for Star Vaders. Fantastic card. 12k attacker. There's this guy, who is Star Vader Sinister Eagle. When there's a Legion, on the turn... Sorry, no. If your Vanguard is Legion plus 4k, so it's a 12k attacker for Legion cards, I'm not going to be running him in this build. And then we have a 10k Interceptor, Grade 1s, Satellite Mirage. Choose a card from your hand and discard it when this unit is placed on rearguard circle and your opponent has 2 or more locked cards. You can do that and draw a card. Thorium, who is Counterblast 1 plus 1k until end of turn. Mana Shot Star Vader Neon, who is the 10k attacker for Grade 1s. He's not that great art-wise. His other art is better. At the same time, he's really useful. I'll be using him in the deck. Then we have 2 10k boosters for Crumblemare. Not quite sure what this is a reference to astronomically, but hey. Boost the Vanguard and Legion, plus 4k until end of battle. Then we have a starter. This is one of the first starters to actually do something in a trial deck. Adventure Star Vader Quantum. When this unit boosts, if the number of lock cards your opponent has are 2 or more during this battle, the boosted unit gets plus 3k until end of battle. Rearguard, Vanguard, doesn't matter. It's a very nice booster, and it's probably the one I'll be using. Then we have the triggers. Apollonial Dragon for the crit. Molibidium for the draw. Gamma Dial for the stand. And then the heal. I don't really care for the arts on these. Molibidium is actually kind of cool, and I think I'll use him. But not really care for this. The artist here has sort of this selection up and down, but I don't like it. So yeah, that's the White Joker trial deck. I didn't buy the Seeker trial deck, as I mentioned earlier, so we're not going to be looking at it. And then we have, this is sort of a trial deck special. Then we have Bluish Flame Liberator Percival, who is Legion with Aglovale. My goodness. Aglovale, who is Counterblast 1 when this unit is placed on rearguard circle. If you have a Vanguard with Liberator and a card name, pay the cost. Top 3, search for Liberators, call it to rearguard. Rest on the bottom of the deck. He is, when this unit Legions, top 4, choose 1, place it in the rearguard circle, rest at the bottom of the deck. So in other words, you can chain them with Aglovale until you get what you want. This unit attacks, plus 2k until end of battle. Good card. He's going to be my ace comboed up with Coil eventually, because I don't really care for the Prominence ones, Prominence Glare or Core. I like him. He's simple, easy to use with Aglovale, and the other Aglovale that's going to be coming out eventually. I'll have a serious combo. Then we have the 13k attacker for Counterblast 1, the generic Legion, Blue Flame Dragon, and then we have Unbending Liberator Karadik. This guy's art is badass. I love it to death, and I might just run one for the heck of it. 12k attacker, Fallon. Don't have to buy the other Fallons now in the Ganslot trial deck. Aglovale. Then we have a 10k interceptor. The Legion 12k attacker. This guy is a drop draw. When you have 4 or more, the number of other Vanguards or Rearguards with Liberators 4 or more, pay the cost. Draw a card. Counterblast 1, draw plus 1k. Marin, 10k attacker. I like this one a little better because it's much more actiony. 10k booster for Liberator. And then this one is when this unit boosts and the number of rearguards or vanguards, other vanguards and rearguards you have with the Liberator in the card name, blah, 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 4 or more, plus 3k to boosted unit. Really great. Not going to use it because we have Spring Breeze Messenger. Remember, Spring Breeze Messenger is one of the best cards for Gold Paladins. Top 3, choose 1. You can combo that shit up endlessly. Then we have the Critical Trigger, the Draw Trigger, the Stand Trigger. Actually, I kind of like this draw, but I'm going to go 12 crit in this build because I will have a lot of field advantage and I can choose it. And then one of the best heal trigger arts in the game, Numinous Tree Liberator Elkia. I love it to death. She's got this fantastic artistic viewpoint, a lot of good action, really lovely. Sorry, Napgol, but I found a replacement, and it is this chick. She looks like Elaine, interestingly enough. So, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do this out of order, and I'm going to shoot the Deleter trial deck now. Just a moment. Guys, this is Ben Wheeler, the Mercenary King, bringing you a movie trial deck, a little treat from Japan I decided to get for you guys. Basically, it's the Deleter trial deck. We won't be getting this in America, which is actually a great pity, because it's very badass, and I think would sell very well. I personally enjoy the hell out of it, just because of the design, as well as the fact that it introduces the mechanic Delete, which basically locks your Vanguard and does stuff to it. People are saying Delete makes Mega Colony, Unlock makes Mega Colony obsolete, but no, not really. This is its own thing. It's sort of a combination between Mega Colony, Link Joker, and Dimensional Police, in the sense that it minuses your Vanguard a bunch of power. What is Delete? I'll get to it in a moment, but first I'm going to open this up, one-handed. Hope you enjoy my... I'm going to pause this. I'm not going to do this one-handed, jeez. Just letting you guys know, it comes with a handy-dandy little thing showing off some Legion and a couple other things that's coming out later. Map, like usually, first guide, whatever the hell it is, and a playbook, which describes some of the rules. It's nice, empty. Alright, but you guys want to see the trial deck. So, starting off, we have Daunting Deleter, Walkses. All the Deleters have this sort of alien bug look to them, and it's terrifying. It is scary. They don't really have eyes. I mean, they have eyes, but they're not eyes, you know? And some of them don't even have eyes. They don't even have the majority of the stuff. A little StarCraft 2 mouse, jeez. But what is his ability? Counterblast 3 deleters. So you have to sort of run a deleter heavy deck archetype and choose one of your rear guards and put it into the soul. Delete your opponent's Vanguard, and this unit gets plus 10k until end of turn. Deleted unit is turned face down, power is 0, and it loses its text. Just so you know, it's very important, it keeps its name. Shiny. Why is that important? Because it means 12k attackers still run. You could still attack with it, but no abilities really go off, except that they're connected to your Vanguard's name. Like a couple witch abilities still would go off, that sort of thing, anything to do with archetypes. At the beginning of your opponent's ride phase, if your opponent Vanguard is deleted, your opponent may discard a card. If he does not, they cannot normal ride. That's a combination with Zanbaku way back in the day of comic style. Zanbaku was pretty good when comboed up with Mandala Lord for just a solid early game rush, but at the same time, early game defense, but really good card. Waxus is good by himself. He's not limit break, just letting you guys know. His only really restrictions is the fact that he requires a lot of deleter rear guards. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to put it in the compendium, just sort of keep it as a trophy. Maybe play a couple games with it. Who knows? But the next guy, oh god, this guy is horrifying. I actually do need the mouse. I've got the little things written out because I didn't want to print them out. Paper, ink. Squirming deleted rule. Yeah, these guys have alien names to combo up with their alien archetype. Here's the thing about Starvaders. There's all cyborgs. Deleters are xenomorphs and other horrible, horrible things from the nether realms. Eldritch abominations, elder gods. Your mother. Burns. Alright, so this is, when this unit drive check reveals a grade 3, until in the battle this unit is kill another grade 3 delete a rear guard, and until in the battle this unit attacked, you may pay the cost if you do delete all your opponent's Vanguard. That's beautiful, that's fantastic, it pays for itself. The only problem is it's got only 7 grade 3s in this deck. Beautiful. This is also, if this unit attacks the Vanguard, it gets plus 3k. This is good in and of itself. I could base a deck around this combined with Waxes, but at the same time, I don't want to buy 4 more Japanese boxes. This one was like $30 alone, and that's not something I'm willing to pay all the time. But, it's a treat, because we're not going to be getting it. I'm not going to be doing this for Brawler or Friendship, because, screw Brawlers. Trial decks. The next guy, let's remove these. Let's see here. Is Penetrate Deleter Iggy. He's a sort of, Southeast Pacific Islander sort of inspired looking guy, like a Maui head actually. I find that interesting. When this unit hits a Vanguard, this unit is deleted, lock a rear guard in the front row. Yeah, that's pretty intense. That's very unpleasant, because think about it like this. You're at, let's say you're running a 10k Vanguard, and you run this guy, and he attacks you. And, you got a front row. You still got a front row. But that's 2 cards out of your hand just to block him. And that assumes he has no boosters. And no triggers either. So let's say he's at 17k. That's 2 10k shields just to keep something from blocking. Which is worthwhile, just so you know. Just because of how it goes. At the same time, he's run. I would replace him with, of course, 4 Waxes. But because we're running also Iggy, Fuoril, you could run 1 or 2 of them in the side. There are other cards that do the same thing. Let's see here. This is the 4 of them. I should go like this. There we go. This is better. This is better. I'm not too good at this, but I'm getting there. I usually have it set up. This is, let's see here, Bloating Deleter Guio. Yeah, this is actually kind of scary. I don't know why, but this deck just feels evil. It's got this evil thing going. You see, the Starvaders sort of have this mechanical stuff going that's like, I am a cyborg type of deal, and, it's pretty intense. But this stuff is its own archetype, its own design, really what a lot of archetypes need, because sometimes they just look like Dragon. Dragon number 53, except this one has gold bangles on it. Yeah, which is basically Brawlers. In case you don't know, I don't like Brawlers. Then we've got Juxtaposed Deleter, Gwill. He is, yep, let me scroll down. He is, when this unit is put on rearguard circle and your opponent Vanguard is deleted, choose one of your opponent's rearguard in the front row and lock it. So in other words, not even letting it hit is a salvation to keep you from locking. This is a Link Joker deck. It's pretty intense like that, and it keeps you from doing your thing, because all of a sudden you're attacking only with, like, let's say you're running Chaos Breaker with the 11k booster behind it. Sure, that's an 11k guard, that's like a 10k no-pass, 10k 2-pass, or 15k no-pass, because you no-pass it, because I'm going to double-trigger you. But at the same time, it's nasty, just to have guaranteed locks. Fortunately, it's preserved to the front row. Otherwise, we'd have an issue. Now we have Pursuing Deleter EGOT. This is a foil. It's nice. By the way, this guy combos up with a Legion. That's when you Legion something delete. So, you know, you buy 4 of him. This guy, not so much. Once you attacks, if you have a Vanguard with the leader in the name, it gets plus 3k, 12k attacker. He's got this pretty intense horn thing going on. It's, I don't know. Here's the thing. These designs are so alien. They're hideous. They're good. But at the same time, I don't know how I feel about them. It's nasty. I'm hoping we get all these cards in the Generation Booster. Vanguard version E and 16-17. Then we have Slotting Deleter Isret. 4 of these guys, 8k. Choose when this unit is placed on rearguard circle, give something plus 2k. There's a lot of generic cards in this. Oh, by the way, this guy in the AK I'm going to show you in a bit. First archetype, 10k and AKs. There's a lot of it. A lot of generic cards and deleters. At the same time, they don't need it. Their Vanguards are fantastic, and if they give them a lot of specialized cards, it would become OP. I can only imagine what their stride's going to be, because Ibuki's still running around. This next card, let's see, we did Isret. This is Poisonous Deleter Edda. He looks like Skarner from League of Legends. I'm not going to lie. You can see the tail. It's purple. It's it's annoying. Pardon me. I'm dying. Thank God. It's nasty. I don't like it. Same time, 8k, first archetype. Yeah, not much else to say about it. Run it because, you know, you have to. Then we have Idolizing Deleter Gweem, who is only a 2-of, interestingly enough. When this unit attack hits the Vanguard of the battle boosted, opponent's Vanguard is deleted, choose a front row rearguard and lock it. Great. Thank you, Gweem. Stupid good card. The focus on this thing. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Really do favor it. It's nice. At the same time, boosted, we could use some stuff instead of focusing on things that give the ability again. We could focus on power cards. Things like Guilo and EGOT, as opposed to the 10k guy. And things that lock front row anyway. Next. Oh, these guys. These guys are the 10k attacker. Let me pull this up. Their name. Breaking Deleter Gatario. Yeah, look at that stinger. He looks like a virus or a evil demon bat. Yeah. It only has one eye in the middle of the forehead. The other one's just a distraction for predators. And then, of course, we have 3 10k booster for Walkses. Chewing Deleter Boro. He is, when this unit boosts, Daunting Deleter Walkses, and your opponent's Vanguard is deleted, he gets plus 5k. So in other words, 6k, 5k, 10k, 21, 31k to your, presumably, 0. Yeah. That's a perfect shield right there. Wait, can you run perfect shields? Gray becomes 0. Gotta remember those rulings, folks. Let's see here. Yeah, it's power at 0. Thank God. It doesn't actually lose its grade. Just so you know, deleted units don't use a grade, so you can still perfect shield stuff. Otherwise, life wouldn't be worth living anymore. That'd be just terrible. So here we have listening to leader Vuera. It's a restless unit. Choose one of your units, and that unit gets plus 2k. It's nice. Give plus 2k where it needs to be, and it can do a world of difference against your opponent. For example, 8k plus 10k is 18k. But let's say your opponent's Vanguard is at 0, and you need it to be 20k just for the win. Yeah, that's what he does. Then we have Acquiring Deleter Igor. This guy makes the deck work like clockwork. He works with Walkses in the sense that his ability is Forerunner. Put this unit into the soul. When this Vanguard unit, opponent's Vanguard is deleted, pay the cost. If you do, draw a card, choose a card from your damage zone, turn it face up. In other words, he allows you to pay the cost of the first deletion and allow you to do a second one the next turn. Because delete, of course, only lasts a turn. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Without this card, this deck would be a lot less formidable. But this just makes it run. The weakness, of course, being Kagero, killing it. At the same time, there's a weakness for everything, so it doesn't really... It counts, but at the same time, it's like counting, like, I don't know... Swine flu is the weakness to everyone. Yeah. I don't know about these guys. Their art freaks me out. But he's a good card, worth running in every deleter deck. Then we have the triggers. The critical looks like a guy from, you know, like War of the Worlds. That's a good way to describe him. Crit trigger, override deleter org. Then we have a virus-looking guy, exalting deleter Maestro. Then, let's see here, stand, spider-looking thing with a, Polypodia deleter Oleron, and then taunting deleter, there he is, taunting deleter Goot. This deck, anyway. You'll probably see something in the future about it. It's a pretty simple deck, not a lot of abilities beyond delete, but at the same time, it's worth a look at, and I look forward to seeing Walkses in the English meta. Alright, I'm moving on to the next section.